Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to talk on the topic Inspiring People, page 10, unit Spotlight on Russia. So let's start our lesson. Spotlight on Russia introduces you to an inspiring Russian champion who beat the odds and made it to the top. Roman Petushkov won many awards and honors in athletics. But it was his strength and determination in life that made him a true champion. Before we read the text about this champion, let's get to know some new words. Say after me, to push to the limit. To achieve goals. To pursue. Cross-country skiing. To pay off. Despite. Obstacles. And now we are ready to read the text together. Top athletes push themselves to their limits to achieve their goals. So athletes who work with a disability are even more to be admired. One name in particular that comes to mind is Russia's greatest Paralympic hero, Roman Petushkov. Born in Moscow in 1978, Petushkov was pursuing his athletic career when he lost his legs in a car accident in 2006. But he was determined not to let this stop him. He began training for cross-country skiing and the biathlon as sitting events. It paid off. In the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, Canada, Petushkov won a silver medal for skiing and a bronze for the biathlon. His huge success, however, came at the Sochi Paralympic Games of 2014, when he won no fewer than 6 gold medals. The first of these was for the 7.5-kilometer men's skiing event, sitting. The medal was Russia's first ever gold at the Sochi Olympics, and the Russian president sent Petushkov a telegram to congratulate him. Roman Petushkov's determination to perform despite the obstacles he had to face has earned him numerous awards and honors. He is now a top name internationally, and in 2015 he was named Sportsperson of the Year with a Disability. And now we will work with the words that we have learned. И теперь мы поработаем со словами, которые уже выучили, in Unit 8A, в разделе 8A. But we will address to them a little bit later. Но мы вернемся к ним чуть-чуть попозже. We are to answer 2 questions. Мы должны ответить на 2 вопроса using these words, используя эти слова. What challenges have you faced in your life? Какими вызовами, трудностями вы сталкивались в своей жизни? How did you overcome them? Как вы их преодолели? It is going to be a story, I should say. И, наверное, это будет похоже на историю. But any story contains 3 parts. Любая история содержит 3 части. The first one, when you set the scene. Первое, когда вы устанавливаете первую сцену вашего рассказа. The second one, Вторая часть. When you tell about events in chronological order, когда вы рассказываете о событиях в хронологическом порядке. Mostly using the past simple tense or the past continuous tense. В основном используя время либо past simple, либо past continuous. And in the third part, в третьей части, you are talking about feelings. Вы рассказываете о чувствах. Говорите о чувствах. So let's start. And let's take a situation like that. Давайте возьмем ситуацию, like you are setting the scene. On the 5th of March 2012, I broke my leg. We have set the scene. Now we should tell about events in chronological order. A man called the ambulance and I was taken to the hospital. The doctors made an operation on me. I wasn't able to walk. I started training my legs so that I could walk, but I couldn't move fast. I kept on training even more. 3 months later, I was trying to catch the bus. At that moment, I realized that I could run. And I should say that the second part should contain the climax. Я должна сказать, что вторая часть также должна содержать кульминацию. В этом случае роль кульминации играет предложение At that moment, I realized that I could run. И в тот самый момент я поняла, что я могла бежать. Okay, and we are talking about feelings in the third part, и мы говорим о чувствах в третьей части, and we can say just a simple phrase like total miracle. Now let's combine the words that we got to know in Unit 8a. Давайте соединим слова, которые мы выучили в разделе 8a, соответствующем данному разделу Spotlight in Russian. So say them after me. To realize, to deal with, to face challenges, a brain damage, a spine damage, disability, to keep my mind on, to come into sight, to quit, to survive an accident, seriously bruised, to win a competition, to experience a disaster, before long, perfectly still, scaring them off, furiously, carefully, total miracle, to feel sorry for somebody, terrifying experience, inspiration, positive attitude. And let's enrich our story with them. И давайте наполним нашу историю этими словами. What can we do? Что мы можем сделать? For example, it was like, instead of вместо on March the 5th, 2012, I broke my leg, we can say, on a snowy day, the 5th of March, 2012, I was coming back home. I fell and got a serious leg damage. I broke it. I was lying perfectly still on the road because I couldn't make a single movement. Okay. Мы использовали два выражения. Это leg damage, lying perfectly still. Let's move further. Events in chronological order. Теперь цепочка событий в хронологическом порядке. A man came into the site. He called the ambulance and I was taken to the hospital. The doctors made an operation on me. I experienced a disaster. It was a kind of disability. I was not able to get up from the bed. That's why I kept my mind on training my leg muscles. Before long, I made my second first steps. But I didn't quit training. 3 months later, I was trying to catch the bus. At that moment, I realized that I could run. I won this competition with myself. Здесь мы использовали несколько фраз. Came into the site, experienced a disaster, disability, kept my mind on, before long, quit, won this competition. And speaking about the third part, feelings, it was like total miracle, and instead of that, we can use it was both a terrifying experience and a total miracle for me. Здесь мы использовали фразу terrifying experience, total miracle. So, and to make our story even more beautiful, чтобы сделать нашу историю более красивой, we can use linkers. Мы можем использовать соединительные слова. Once, on a snowy day, March the 5th of March 2012, I was coming back home. Suddenly, I fell and got a serious leg damage. I broke my leg. I was lying perfectly still on the road because I couldn't make a single movement. A few minutes later, a man came into the site. He called the ambulance and I was taken to the hospital. Later on, the doctors made an operation on me. I experienced a disaster. It was a kind of disability. I was not able to get up from the bed. That's why I kept my mind on training my leg muscles. Before long, I made my second first steps, but I didn't quit training. 3 months later, I was trying to catch the bus, and at that moment I realized that I could run. Finally, I won this competition with myself. Summing up everything, I must say that it was both a terrifying experience and a total miracle for me. And now our story sounds beautiful. И теперь наша история звучит замечательно. The next task, let's make a presentation or an interview. It is up to you to decide. И вам необходимо решить, вы можете сделать либо презентацию, либо интервью. But you need to answer one question. Who is your favorite Russian athlete and why? Or imagine that you're a journalist and making an interview with your favorite Russian athlete. Okay, let's have a look at the picture. Here is a hero, Russian athlete, and her name is Anna Alexandrovna Milenina. She is a Russian Paralympic biathlete and cross-country skier. She was born on the 15th of July, 1986 in Sverdlovsk with Erb's palsy. That means left arm being paralyzed. She achieved a lot: 8 gold medals, 7 silver medals, and 2 bronze medals. Or you can search some information in the internet and make it in the form of an interview, like that, for example. When and where did she begin the sport? Why this sport? What is her training regime? What are her ambitions? What is her impairment? And what is other information that is available for us? Okay, now let's move further. We need to answer one question. Would you like to be a famous athlete? Why or why not? And if I were to answer this question, I would make it the following way. Если бы мне пришлось отвечать на этот вопрос, я бы сделала это следующим способом. Let's remember all the words that we have learned. Давайте вспомним все слова, которые мы учили, and what we can use here. И что мы можем здесь использовать. For instance, I would like to be a famous athlete because it is interesting. You always have to face new challenges. Keep your mind on training. Go through different kinds of experience and always scare your fears off. It gives you much inspiration to achieve goals and shoot the aims. Okay, and now it is your turn to answer this question. So would you like to be a famous athlete? Why? Why not? The last task. Please write a short essay and answer the following questions. Write to us and tell us about your real-life hero. Напишите нам о герое из реальной жизни, из вашей жизни. What challenges this person overcome? Какие трудности он преодолел? And how have they made a difference in his or her life? Какое влияние они оказали на его или ее жизнь? Boys and girls, thanks a lot for your attention. I wish you success. Goodbye.